So today we're back on Universal Tower Defense, and we're going to be checking out the new best team in the entire game after the recent nerfs in the last patch. That's what we're checking out today. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. If you do, maybe if you like or subscribe. But anyways, let's get into it. Alright, hello guys. So we recently got a patch in UTD, which I do have an entire video on breaking down whatever. And the meta changed quite a bit, mostly because of one unit nerf, which we will kind of look at again in this video. But then we also have another team we want to check out today, which should be the brand new best team in the game. I'm like 90% sure this is the best team you can run. Of course, you know, double farm is always optional depending on what content you're going into. General rule of thumb, this is the best team in my opinion. So today we're checking out the new meta. I've had a lot of people asking me about like the best team or if I can make a tier list. For tier list, I'm just going to wait until the next update because the blue lock update is right around the corner. So just wait like a couple days and I'll probably get one out. But for the best team in the game right now, I think it is this team I'm using here. So we're going to hop into a Bleach raid and try it out. Okay, here we go. I'm in the Bleach raid boss rush mode. Hardest content in the game right now. But I am able to solo it with this team pretty easily, other than the first few waves, those are kind of hard. Yeah, this team is pretty strong right now. I think it is the best team in the game at the moment after the Yuhoba nerfs, because pretty much we're going to be hyper buffing a mechanical spider, who is the #1 DPS unit now after the recent nerfs in the last patch. So yeah, our team is centered around the mechanical spider synchro for Iron Man and Spider-Man. If you want the team to work best, you do need to have Sacred on your Iron Man, and you do need to have certain builds we'll show off later. Like the relics and stuff will show in a second. But pretty much for the early waves, we're going to place down our Iron Man to buff our farms, place down our Prodigy Mage to stall, and we're just going to hope that we do enough damage with our Spider-Man here to clear the first few waves, so we want to upgrade him when we can. Try and get him full AoE as soon as we can. But yeah, the first few waves, like the first 5 maybe, are the hardest part, so like right here, if I lose right here, it's kind of the one time of the run that is pretty easy to lose, so I do want to get my Iron Man upgrade and try and get the synchro as soon as I can, but right now it looks like we're fine. Spider-Man's kind of TPing around and handling it. So as long as you don't die on the first few waves, we are completely fine, because we can very soon get our synchro, and then we can kind of get our damage online and see the DPS of Mechanical Spider. Yeah, Mechanical Spider is pretty much now the top 1 unit. There's a new tier list in the Discord which does put him as the #1 unit in the game, so there's some stuff I would change, and I will make my own tier list eventually, after the blue lock update pretty soon in a couple days here. Yeah, overall Mechanical Spider is the focus of this team. He's really OP, and that's kind of what makes this the best team, is just because this guy's really strong. We're going to be buffing him up as much as we can, so for example, we put the Fern buff on him, Party's Tactician, then we place down another Iron Man, try and max it out for the defense mode buff, which we can get right now. That's why you want to have Sacred on your Iron Man to buff up your synchro. And then eventually, once we have enough money, I will also max out Venom to buff up the Mechanical Spider even more. But to show off the relics we have, okay, these are the relics on Spider-Man, which eventually the synchro takes over the relics from Spider-Man, so we're running the Fuse Warrior set on Spider-Man here with a pretty crit-centered build. If you'll believe it, the best trait on Mechanical Spider right now apparently is Duelist, because he's kind of like a crit demon. But I don't know, you can't really defend the early waves without Ruler on Spider-Man, so personally, I'm just running Ruler. Yeah, Mechanical Spider running the Fuse Warrior build, Fern, her build doesn't really matter. Iron Man running Buff Potency, so it doesn't really matter either, but Buff Potency helmet and then Heaven Piercer set. His relic set is just for his defense mode buff. We should be getting a stronger buff on my Mechanical Spider from it. At 1.28x here. And then for Venom, we also have a Buff Potency set because pretty much these units' damage don't really matter. Like Venom's not really doing much damage here, Iron Man's not really doing much damage here other than the synchro. The synchro uses Spider-Man gear. So we're running Buff Potency to hopefully just buff up Mechanical Spider even more. And speaking of, I'm going to max out my Venom and Assimilate. Also going to place some stuff towards the front to like shield break, just to kind of help out. My Venom over here, get my Iron Man over here, and put this one in assist mode for the clones for shield breaking. But pretty much the team is set up now. We have everything down, and we're looking at the DPS of Mechanical Spider here is kind of our main carry. His damage numbers might look kind of low, like the DPS doesn't really show everything he's doing, but when we get a boss in his range, you can kind of see their health bar ticking down because of his follow-up attacks and his damage over time with nanotech. He's doing a lot more than it looks like, so he's doing the highest DPS in the game. We have the Zombie Apostle coming up, 123 million HP should be enough to kind of show off the damage, so gotta wait for Giselle to get in range, but we can kind of see the DPS on this boss here. I don't think this is as strong as the like clone strat for Yuhoba, like pre-nerf Yuhoba. I think this is still slightly weaker than pre-nerf Yuhoba, but it is a really strong team, as you can see from the boss getting chunked here. But yeah, we pretty much have the team fully set up now. Just gotta wait until the final boss here. Moment of truth. We have the final boss spawning in any second now, with my Mechanical Spider fully set up back here. I could actually move him towards the front, but I don't know, I don't think it really matters. I think we can just kind of keep him back here and it should be fine, because this unit does a crazy amount of damage, as you'll see whenever the boss gets in range. Alright, here we go. King is coming up. Come on, Mechanical Spider, show us what you got. As you can see, we're chunking down that yellow shield pretty quickly. Usually the like over shield health bar takes a while on enemies, but mechanical spider, I think because of the true damage follow-up attacks, if I'm not wrong. Info, follow-up attack with 100% true damage, yeah. I think that part, the true damage, makes it also really good for boss killing specifically, because we are really melting the king here. And as long as we can shield break once the second phase pops, we should be fine. So I'm going to move some stuff over real quick for shield breaking. I'll put my Venom over here, going to put my other Iron Man over here. And yeah, the shield broke already. Okay, looks like we're fine. And as you can see, we're once again chunking down the yellow health bar, even hitting him through the yellow health bar a little bit. We're chunking them down very quickly. We didn't even have to move them. I even know, like, on the Yuhaba team before nerf, we had to move around Yuhaba a little bit, kind of replace the strat back here. But with Mechanical Spider, it might have actually even been stronger than the Yuhaba team. I don't think so. I think if you, like, fully maxed out Yuhaba, it was stronger. But this team is still really, really good. Like, this is a very strong team for sure. Oh, I got Yamamoto. Cool. I don't know. This is the best team in the game to my knowledge right now. Of course, the double farm part, always negotiable. Depending on, like, what game mode you're running, you can always drop double farm for, like, another support. But overall, I'm happy with this team. I think it is probably the strongest one. If you guys want to use the best team here, you can copy this one. Now I want to talk about some other meta stuff as well. So not just the best team in the game. So a couple other things I want to talk about in the meta right now for UTD. First up, I guess Persona teams. I tried out like Joker teams with, you know, Feline and Cranium, other Persona units, whatever. The thing about Joker and Persona teams, I guess, as a whole, because of Joker, the unit isn't very good. Like, I have a double trait ruler on him. I think I have a pretty okay build. The problem that I ran into with this guy was that he has the hope bar. Because on paper, this guy's really, really good. When I first checked him out, I thought the hope bar would like permanently save. I kind of misinterpreted it. But when he starts out with 0 hope charge, he's actually really bad. Like, he doesn't really do much. So the Persona team cannot solo the raid. And it might be like the number 5 to number 10 team in the game, somewhere in that range of like Persona teams are still really good. But they're not that great. I do think overall, Dragon Ball teams are actually still kind of in the meta. One thing people kind of overlook is always, you know, Gogeta with the pretty much same strat as Yuhaba. I was just like placing down a bunch of crit units in his range and having him scale up really high. Gogeta still is really good by doing that. And then for some reason also the synchro for Gogeta, or synchro for Vegito, it has higher DPS than I remember. Like if we look at the UTD optimizer, for example, the Vegito synchro is the number 4 DPS unit. It might be because of a bug, but yeah, I don't know. The Vegito synchro is apparently really good, so you could be running Dragon Ball teams, still kind of viable in the meta. Apparently Yuhaba still has pretty good DPS, like number 2. Kind of confused though, because this optimizer seems to be updated, like it doesn't go past a certain cap for Yuhaba's damage. I think it's using the right numbers, but I don't know, my Yuhaba in-game does not feel very strong, which I think I have like a pretty much identical build, besides substats to what it showed. So I don't know. Personally, Yuhaba teams have kind of fallen off in my opinion. Like this team right here is wash. Okay, I tried it out in the boss rush mode. It actually made it to like the final, I think the second to last boss, the death dealing one, and then I just couldn't kill him. I didn't have enough damage, even with like pretty good placements and good coverage. I don't know. Overall, the meta right now seems to be running the Spider-Man synchro, so I'd recommend just if you want to have the best team in the game, which a lot of people have been asking me for in the comments. It is probably this team right here. I'd recommend just running Iron Man synchro teams. Otherwise though, not too much to talk about in UTD right now. We're kind of waiting for the Blue Lock update. That's when I'll make my next tier list for those of you wondering. I'm having a lot of fun on Anime Expeditions. That is probably what I'll hop back on now and play that game next, but anyway, yeah, kind of a short video, quick video. For those of you asking me about the best team, here is the best team in UTD after the nerfs. I could be wrong, I don't have Ichigo, so like maybe there's a crazy meta Ichigo team, but they didn't do anything to this guy, I didn't buff him at all, the Evo. I also don't have Yamamoto evolved yet, so maybe he's like crazy meta, I don't know. But I'm pretty sure, and judging off the UTD optimizer as well, I'm pretty sure I have the best team in the game right here. Either way, thank you to my channel members for making the video possible. You guys are the best. Thank you for watching. Hope you enjoyed. Hope to see you in the next one. Have a great day.